Hey guys, so I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. Just a little update on my nose ring. It did wind up getting infected, which sucked, but I'll tell you in a brief how it got infected and then like how I was able to fix it, and now it's all pretty again. But so I had to go to the ER. Nothing super major, but I was playing a game at church called Traffic Jam, and you have about like 10 to 15 chairs on each side. And so each side, like people line up on each side, and you just run back and forth. Um, and each time, like after each turn per se, a chair gets taken on each side until there's one. Basically, a super violent game of musical chairs. So I was playing, and we were playing with folding chairs, and I was running, and excuse me. So I was running, and my technique is grab the folding chair and run with it. Didn't work out as planned, so I was running full throttle, went to grab the folding chair, and the folding chair wound up collapsing on my arm, and then I completely flipped over and like slammed the back of my head. So now we're gonna fast forward to the ER. So I rewind. So after that had happened at church, I was like, man, I'm kind of in pain, but like I just may be getting old, like, let's give it a day. So I woke up the next morning and I was like, no, I'm in excruciating pain. This is not good. So my friend drove me to the ER and had to get a CT scan and x-rays and whatnot. So for the CT scan, they had to scan my brain because I was having symptoms of concussion, super bad headache, nauseous, blah, blah, blah. So the lady was like, you're gonna have to take out your nose ring. And I was like, okay, that's fine. So took it out real quick, put it on a paper towel so it wasn't touching anything. And afterwards, and I put it back in. Didn't think anything of it. I thought it was fine. Um, and then around, so that was Thursday, and Sunday I had a photo shoot. So during that time, like I had noticed there was kind of like a white mark appearing, um, like a white mark appearing right up here, and I was like, that's not good. Like maybe I didn't really know what it was, so I just kind of ignored it, which I do with a lot of stuff. It's not good. But if I'm like unsure, I'm like, no, it's just my eyes playing tricks on me. But so I ignored it, and around Monday, I had looked in the mirror and I was like, man, like it's kind of sore and everything. And I looked, and there was like a giant bubble, and it was basically like covering up some of my nose ring. And I was like, dude, that is not good. I was like, and immediately started flipping out. And I went to YouTube, and there really wasn't a lot of videos on how to cure a nose ring. I don't know if maybe it's not common, or knows how to cure a nose ring, how to cure like an infected nose ring. So I don't know if it's really not common, or people just don't like to talk about it and be honest about it. But I flipped out, and I found one of those like robotic type voice. So you take a teaspoon of like that, and I was like, it's kind of creepy. So let me just make like a quick video, so at least like I can help people out, you know. So, in the video, what I had done is you take Tylenol, so 1 tablet of Tylenol, half a teaspoon of salt, and literally like a drop of water. Like turn on the faucet real quick, turn it off, like real quick. And you're just gonna mix it around to where it's like pasty like, and then from there you'll put a Q-tip. They said at night, but like I wanted it gone immediately. So I would take the Q-tip, just put it all around my nose ring, basically where it's just covering this whole nostril. Um, and from there I would just leave it there. And don't, like, it's gonna start crusting up, and like the salt will just kind of like stay on your nose and stuff like that. Leave it there. It's supposed to burn a little bit, like it burns, and like to me that's the way my dad, like I grew up, like cut yourself, immediate rubbing alcohol, like Germ-X, something that has alcohol base, so it kills all the germs. If it's like killing the germs, it's burning, that means it's working. So maybe that was the way I grew up, so I'm just like, hey, I'd rather know that it's working than be in pain and scar over. So from there, I did that until like I started seeing the the bump go down on my nose, which is around 2.5 days. And I would just constantly do it. Like every single time I would see it start fading off, I would take the paste and I would put it back on. And it's enough paste where you don't have to continue to like make it every single time. What I did is I put it like in a little cup and put saran wrap over it so no germs or anything had gotten into it, into the paste itself. And use a new Q-tip each time. Don't continue to re-dip because you're going to contaminate it, the paste. But then from there, after that, like after I saw the swelling and stuff going down, and it will be, at least for me, it was really bloody. Sounds kind of gross, but like I would take the Q-tip and I would like go to clean it out first. Well, I would take the Q-tip to like wipe away the excess so I could put more paste on, and there would be a lot of blood. And I would have to lift up my nose piercing like that to try to get it like underneath the nose ring too, because I didn't want like there to be any type of infection, because this is my face, like I model, I do pageants. I was not about to be like, hey, like let me scar up my face. This is like what I gotta use to pursue my dreams. I'm not trying to mess it up early. But yeah, so I did that and everything, and so it was kind of bloody. After a while it was just like a little bit of blood, but for the first day it was quite a bit of blood. Like I'd take the Q-tip and the Q-tip would be pretty much soaked, and I was like, ooh, that's gross. But at least it worked. And then after that I would just clean it after the 3 to 4 days of like the pus, I guess, the swelling and everything like that to drain out of my nose. I then started up how I would clean my nose, like normally, because after the 3 to 4 days it's going to start to scab, and I made the mistake of like continuing to lift up my nose ring because I thought it was gunk and not scabbing. And doing that, I continued, like I prolonged the amount of time that it would be healed, because I'd push it up and then pull off the scab, and I was like, okay, so I'm gonna have to find a better way to do this. So what I did is excuse me, I made the solution. I made the solution that I made when I first got my nose pierced, which is 6 ounces of water, 1/4 tablespoon of salt, and mix it together. And like normally I put it in the microwave for 30 seconds just so it's warm. And then from there I would like dump a little bit of the water on my nose piercing so it'd soften up like the skin around it. Then take a Q-tip and clean underneath and around it and everything. And then after that I would just dump the rest of the solution on my nose to let it drain out. And I would do that in the morning when I wake up and at night. I have to do it again today, so when I zoomed into the nose, and if you saw little crusties, it is still scabbing over and stuff like that. But other than that, I haven't had any issues. Everything's been fine after that. I completely freaked out, I'm not gonna lie. I lost it. Like my anxiety was like through the roof, and I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Like no. I like ruined my nose. Everything's gonna be fine. Like everyone's gonna be like, everything's gonna be horrible. Like I knew I shouldn't have got my nose pierced. I scarred my nose forever. Take a breath. Go to YouTube, which obviously you've already on YouTube if you've clicked on this video and you're watching this video. Just chill out, follow the instructions, and hopefully it'll work for you. It worked really good for me. And I tried to keep oils and everything away from my nose too, because after a while, like when I moisturize my face, I put oil on at night, and I think that probably fed into afterwards when I took out my nose piercing and put it back in at the hospital. The oil probably didn't help. And the biggest thing, do not put makeup over it. Like I know that you'll be tempted to and be like, oh, like it looks so gross. Listen, tough it out. Just tough it out, because that is just going to add fuel to the fire. If you put makeup on it, just tough it out. It'll be fine. 3 or 4 days, good as new. just let people keep people at a distance for those couple days. Be like, listen, bro, need my bubble, or be a bum like I did and just stay at home and watch Netflix. I also went to go get food and stuff like that, but just don't have any important dates or anything like that during that amount of time. But yeah, I really hope that this video helped you out, and just helped you kind of calm your nerves and yeah, just help you out in general, I guess. So I hope this video helped you out, and just gave you a few pointers. If there's some things that like I maybe have left out, or things that like ways that it had helped you if your nose piercing had been infected or anything, just leave a comment down below, to help people in the future, or even me out. But yeah, don't forget to hit that like button and that subscribe button. And yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and that your nose piercing gets better and it looks healthy again. So, okay, bye!